What is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. This is the first of a series of my travel vlog. I'm going back to see my family in Oklahoma. My Uber is on the way. I feel like such a YouTuber all of a sudden. I know normal, regular people get Ubers, but like I don't get Ubers. And I didn't want to drive to the airport and then have to worry about like leaving my car somewhere and dealing with all that. So God bless Uber. Thank you, Uber. So my Uber's on the way. I'm about to go. I'm excited. So if you're excited, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet already, and let's go. We made it to my family's house and I want to show you the reaction of the dogs because they're gonna be so excited to see me. I just want to catch it on camera. I'm screaming. And as you can see, they were very excited to see me and I was very excited to see them. And then they went right back to sleep because it was kind of late. I think I got there around like 9 p.m. or something like that. And then the next day, this is them out in the yard, enjoying some yard time and fighting with each other because that's what boxers do. And then later that same day, my sister and I, we went and saw Nope, loved it. Kiki Palmer was fantastic. So I'm gonna tell y'all the story about the airport. I get my Uber, as you know, and the Uber ride was great. It was super nice, super chill. We didn't talk, and I just got to like enjoy being in the back of the car and somebody else driving me to the airport, which was so nice. I flew Allegiant, and we get to the terminal, he drops me off, everything was great with the Uber, 10 out of 10. And I get into the terminal and it says Allegiant on one side and it has like Condor on the other side, but there's this long line that's in line for this Condor, but all the like spots for Allegiant said position closed. So I was like, okay, I think I have to wait in this long line, which was stressful because I was only there like an hour early because I thought it would be fine. Anyway, I wait in this long line for like 20 minutes until I realized that it's a line for Condor, and I had no idea that Condor was another airline. They also had another place called like Sun Country. I don't know. LAX is big, so I had no idea. I'm used to places like American, Delta, Allegiant, I don't know, but there's too many airlines for me to keep track. So I'm in this long line for Condor, and then I finally see people going to the Allegiant side that says position closed, and I was like, oh my god, I'm in the wrong line. So I had to step out of line, go over to the Allegiant place. It's like nearly 3 o'clock at this point, and my flight left at 3:42, and I was stressing. So they check me in with my boarding pass. They take my bag because I had a checked bag. That was the whole reason I had to go see them anyway, was because I had to check my bag in. Then he's like, okay, go upstairs to TSA and then go through TSA, and then there'll be a bus because LAX is big, so you have to get shuttled from the terminal to the gate. So I go through TSA, everything's cool, and then I get on the bus and I get a notification from my Allegiant app that's like, your flight has started boarding, please get to the gate immediately. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss my flight. And it was giving me flashbacks to when I was like 15 in the Atlanta airport. I flew by myself to the University of Georgia to like visit and go to a tennis camp, and I missed one of the flights, so I had to like wait in the airport for like 7 or 8 hours before my next flight. Just a little 15-year-old in an airport, so it was giving me like traumatic stress from that situation. But I ended up getting to the gate with like 7 minutes to spare. I actually was like walking up to the gate and they were on the little intercom saying, Allegiant flight 794 to Tulsa, you have 7 minutes, we are boarding, this is the last call for boarding. And I finally like get up to her and I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad I'm here, because I thought I was gonna miss it. And she's like, yeah, you're fine. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine to you, but if I would have been 7 minutes later, it would not have been fine. And then I get on my flight after being all stressed out, and I sat in my seat and I sat beside a baby. There was a mom, a dad, and a baby. They were all sitting together, and I was like, okay. Like, I didn't think much of it. I love children, but I also was like, I of course would have gotten sat next to a baby. But the baby was also really, really great the whole time. The baby went to the bathroom, the baby ate, the baby slept. Honestly, there was not much crying until we were getting ready to get off the plane. So it was a pretty chill, fun experience. I also just like cannot sit on airplanes for very long because 3 hours was getting me pretty anxious, and then I was having like some deep, dark, intrusive thoughts, and I was like, someone get me off this plane, someone get me off this plane. But then I made it. So that was my fun little stressful moment for flying at LAX. And now I'm going back on September 1st. I just bought my other ticket to go back on September 1st. but they only had nighttime flights, so I'm leaving Tulsa at like 9:30 p.m., which means I'll get to LA around 11 p.m. because there's a 2-hour time difference. I'm just nervous because I'm gonna have to get an Uber at LAX at 11 p.m., which I'm sure is fine. I'm sure there's people Ubering, but also like, I don't know how to do it. Today was my sister's first day of school. My mom was also working out of school, so she had to be at school early. And then I took the girls' first day of school pictures. Hi, it's the next day and we're on a hike. We're back at my favorite place. I used to go hiking all the time here when I lived in Tulsa. It's called Turkey Mountain. And I will show you some of like the hot spots, some of the really cute areas that I like to go to. I used to film a bunch of TikToks walking around up here in this little Turkey Mountain hill area. It's not really a mountain, but you can get a good cute view of Tulsa. So I'll show you that as well. There's 2 entrances to this place. There's like a main entrance where it's like cute and has like statues and things. And then there's the second entrance, which is like up the hill, which is always where I go so I can avoid people because, listen, I'm a loner and I'm always isolated, so I'm just used to being alone, doing things on my own and not really like caring. I feel like I need to work on that, but also whatever. All right, so this is one of the main spots. I have the ability to scry in water. That's one of the things that I practice with my guides. So I'd always come here and meditate for a bit and then just channel any messages. And then I'll take you over there where I used to set up a little like spot and I would sit and film videos. And then sometimes over there, you could see little deer. Every once in a while, there would be a deer that pops out. And I would always sit on this little rock right up here. Right here, just sit and chill. It's very peaceful, really calming, really relaxing. And then sometimes over there, we'd see some deer. Doesn't look like there's any today, but that's okay. It's just so peaceful and pretty and serene. So then right there is where I would set up my whole little setup for filming. I would have my ring light on this little rock right here. And then you can see the little rocks underneath. I'd sit there, I'd set up my tarot cards, I'd have my incense going, and I would just channel and chill with the bugs and nature. But while I've been walking, I've been thinking about how last year I came here and sat in that very spot for my birthday because I was alone on my birthday. I didn't do anything other than film content and go on a hike for my birthday. And it's just weird because I'm here and it's like a couple weeks before my birthday. So I'm like, okay. Also, I just love it. Just love it. It gives me like old school vibes where those performers would have to like stand in a little like round place like that. And then people would sit around them and watch. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, that's the vibe it gives me. Oh, also, I did channel a message while I was sitting at the little pond area. And some of you are too hard on yourselves. You're either currently being too hard on yourself or you've been too hard on yourself. Listen, we live on a floating rock in the middle of space and no one knows what they're doing. No one has any idea what they're doing. God, the universe, whatever you believe in, has a plan for you. And you don't know it yet. You're not supposed to know it yet. You will uncover more of it as you continue to live your life, as you keep going. The universe wants to have an element of surprise so that you can be surprised. We're not supposed to know how everything goes. If we did, it would be boring. It wouldn't be fun. There would be no surprise element. You would just know. So basically, you're too hard on yourself. This message is for me too. Don't worry, I'm being called out as well. We are too hard on ourselves. We don't have to have the answers. We don't need to know which way we're going, which is also an omen for this hike. Because I don't know where I'm going. I don't remember where I'm going, but I'm just walking. And it's okay, because we don't need to know where we're going. So let that be a little message for you, that you're doing all right. You're doing the best you can, given the circumstances that you currently have. And I don't know your circumstances. I can't pretend to know what you're going through. But I can tell you that I've been through my own hardships, that I've been through my own shit, that I've struggled. But what helps me is things like this. Just going for a walk, going for a hike out in nature, getting by the water, getting by the beach, doing things alone to really learn how to love yourself. Which honestly, I was journaling last night, doing a little bit of like written poetry and writing some rap lyrics that you'll probably never hear. And I was thinking about some of my past situations, which I'm over, but sometimes it's nice to write things down when you're like sad or angry or upset. And I was thinking about how I'm so thankful for all of those people who came and went in my life, because I wouldn't have learned anything. I wouldn't have learned how to be me on my own. I wouldn't have learned how to set boundaries. I wouldn't have learned how to cut people off. I wouldn't have learned how to stop giving so much of my energy so freely if it weren't for those people taking. So am I happy that they would constantly take from me? Am I happy that they abused me? Am I happy that I was manipulated? No. But I am thankful that it happened, because I've grown so much. I'm so incredibly independent now. I do so much on my own, and I'm happy about that. I love me. And it's really cool to see how a year later, I love me. Last year, I was doing all of this work so that I could learn to love myself, so that I could learn how to do things on my own, so that I could move to a city like Los Angeles and figure out how to live there on my own. And guess what? I did it. I did it. And if I did it, you can do it. Trust me. Trust me. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what your skin tone is. I don't care what your identity is. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. Period. We are all equal, or we're supposed to be, because we are all one, connected. So just know that you can do it too. That's what I hope to do with my platforms, with my social media career, is to inspire you to just be yourself, because you can get paid to be yourself. You can live your life by just being yourself. You don't have to do what your parents want you to do. You don't have to do what your coworker wants you to do. You don't have to do what those dumbass hate comments on the internet tell you to do. You can just be you, and that's okay. In fact, that's more than okay. That's desired reality. For me, at least, my desired reality is to just be myself, and to be content, and to be peaceful, and to find joy in the little things, in the little moments. I also want to let you know that some of you, your ancestors are coming through, like passed on loved ones, and they said, I hope you think of me. Some of you, they send you butterflies, or they send you dragonflies, they're saying, and they say, I hope you think of me when you see these, and you know that I can still connect with you, you know that I can still talk to you, you know that I still love you. So anytime you see a dragonfly or a butterfly, just know that's your spirit team looking out for you, babes. But yeah, you're too hard on yourself, so let it go. Whatever it is that's stressing you out today, whatever it is that's been on your mind heavy, if it's a person, if it's a situation, if it's money, if it's a job, try to let it go today. Go for a walk, stay hydrated, drink lots of water. They were telling me that y'all need to hydrate better, so coconut water is good for electrolytes, and just regular water as well. But do that, stay hydrated, take care of yourself, and don't stress too much. I know it's easier said than done, but if I can do it, you can do it too. So it only took me about 45 minutes to find this spot, because like I said, I haven't been here in about a year, but I found the spot where it overlooks Tulsa from here. So I'll zoom in a little bit for you, and you can see what Tulsa looks like. All right, I zoomed in for you. That's about as good as we're gonna get. Sorry, besties, but that's Tulsa. Not too big, not too small. There's not a whole lot going on down there, but that's downtown. That's Tulsa, honey. There was another spot I wanted to show you, but I walked by it and I think they might have like cleaned it up. There was a bunch of just like, I don't know how to explain it. They kind of looked like little train cars or little like storage units, and they had a bunch of like graffiti on them. It's not really that cool, but it was just like another little moment, a little thing to look at, but I couldn't find it either. They might have like picked it up, cleaned it up, but that's my hike for today. I'm on a little bit of a time crunch because I told my mom I would have lunch with her today, and she's a teacher, so she only has so much time. So I'm on my way back to my car. And I had one more little channeled message for you. It's that only you are going to know your pain. Only you know what it's like to experience the pain that you experience, and only you know what it's like to feel the pain that you feel. But I can tell you that there are other people who go through pain too. There are other people who suffer too. And there are other people who have gotten through it, myself included. And I'm not completely healed because healing isn't linear and it's still a process. I literally just cried last night thinking about some of the pain and the stuff that I needed to release, but I'm working through it and every day gets a little bit easier. So I just want this to be a moment for you to let you know that there are people who care. There are people who are willing to support you and root for you. That's why I do what I do. I might live thousands of miles away from you, or I live right down the street from you, but there are people who care. And I'm one of them. Sometimes I care a little bit too much, but I'll never stop caring because it's who I am. Do I have to set healthier boundaries and set firmer boundaries? Yes, and let that be a message to you too, that if people are draining you of your time, draining you of your energy, you don't feel good around these people, you don't feel good in these environments, then it's time to go. It's time to get out. We literally live on a floating rock in the middle of space. And I know some of you are like, but I have to make money, but I have to keep this job. That's a mindset. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You're free. You're free to do as you want. You're free to do as you please. It's just about that mindset that's telling you, no, I'm stuck here. No, this is what I have to do. But you don't. You make the first change. You make the first move, and the universe will help you take care of the rest. The universe is always just waiting on you. I have learned that the hard way. And I've learned that definitely through a lot of the clients that I take on, a lot of the people that I take on and talk to and help and read for and guide. Some of them are really just waiting for the universe to do it for them, or they're waiting for someone to come in and do it for them. But that's not how this works. That is just simply not how life works. The world doesn't move until you start moving. Things don't change until you change. And that's the truth. Some of us have it harder than others. But those of us who have it harder than others, who accept this path, who accept this journey and take it on and learn from it and grow from it and become stronger from it, we're here to help guide those who need it most. So hey, could be you too, but I definitely know it's me. That's what I was supposed to do. That's why I'm here. So yeah, I love you. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for always watching the channel. I really hope that I'm able to provide some kind of like clarity, knowledge, insight, calm, peace, whatever you need whenever you're going through it. You can always come back to these videos because I'm going to make a bunch of these travel vlogs and break them up into a bunch of different parts so that I have them for myself and so that you have them as well. Also, on my little hike, I saw some people, not a bunch of people, but some people, and we all said hi and good morning to each other. I'm like, damn, Tulsa, Oklahoma is so much more friendly than LA. Shit. Who would have thought? I mean, I'm sure some of you are like, obviously. And I don't want to rant about LA because I love LA. I moved there because I needed to move there, and I moved there because I wanted to move there, and it was a childhood dream of mine, and I achieved that. So I'm not going to talk bad on LA because I love LA and I miss LA when I'm gone. It's always one of those places where I'm like, I feel like I have to say goodbye because I'm going to miss it. And then I feel like they miss me too. LA, not the people, but there's something about LA that's like a little lonely and a little fake. And I don't know if that's maybe me being just like lonely and a little fake and it's like something I still need to work on, or if it genuinely is just like the energy around it. But only time will tell. I'm okay in the meantime. That's this clip. All right, see you in the next clip. Bye.